Welcome to the Big Red Show. Just one thing, we're talking about running. And today we have Mark Telford, who is taking on a mental challenge, mate. Mental challenge. 130 Great North runs, isn't it?
It'll be 125 by the time I'm finished. Consecutive Great North runs, treadmill, half marathons, to break a Guinness World Record.
Half marathon, so that's 13 miles every day.
Yeah, 13.11 mile is the exact measurement, but yeah, thereabouts every day, on the treadmill.
I've done the Great North Run, mate, and I think that is a crazy challenge. 125 Great North runs, because I know what I was like when I finished it. My legs were on bits. I didn't really train. I know you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's probably why.
But for you to do that, what inspired you to do it?
For me, it's just about the challenge. It is about putting them big, bold question marks in front of myself and saying, can I be the person that does something like this? I am experienced runner. I have run in the past. But like most runners, they want the next big thing. From a half marathon comes a marathon.
Yeah.
From a marathon comes an ultra. And that's the route I took. I haven't always been consistent throughout my years, but it's always been that step up. And this time I want to do something totally different. The Guinness World Record, that was it.
And you've achieved that today. You've been given the Guinness World Record.
Today, funny enough, is the 121st consecutive run. So today I went over the barrier. Obviously not official yet. I will be finished on Sunday, which will be 125 days. So I want to set my own record. And then I need to submit all my evidence to Guinness for them to verify it. And then I'll get verified about 12 weeks afterwards. So by the time I get my evidence in, then we've got to check it all. But today, unofficially, officially in my eyes, I've got all evidence there. I can prove all the runs to anybody. So, yeah. So
there's a lot of work behind the scenes rather than just turning up and running.
There's a load behind the scenes, and that's the stuff I didn't really think about at first. I need to have 2 witnesses sat in front of us every day, which I was aware of when I got the guidelines, but it's all of the videoing, submitting the evidence to the website, because I need to have 2 different phones recording us, one showing me running and not stopping or holding on the treadmill at any point, and one showing the witnesses in the treadmill screen in the background. So you can't just upload the full run, you've got to break it down into clips and have a 5-second overlap. So for me, taking on that as a non-computer guy, it was just mind-boggling. So the first 10 days or so, my head was fried. I was like, this is a bit more hard than I thought, but I was trying to focus on the run.
Yes.
But, it is a challenge. So I had to just get on with it and just, do what was necessary to...
It's a mountain of a challenge. What happens if you need the toilet?
Can't go. If I need the toilet. So last Saturday, I got 3.6 mile in, desperate for the toilet. I could not wait. I couldn't have got in. So I had to say to my witnesses, look, I'm going to have to stop. I need the toilet. So I had to start again.
The whole lot?
The whole lot, yeah. So
wow.
I start from the beginning. And not only that,
So have you done like 3 or 4, 5, 6 mile? Doesn't matter, you have to start the whole lot again?
If I stop, I've got to start again, the whole thing. It's such a delicate thing, it really is, because you don't think about that. Like obviously I'd got the guidelines through in the application saying, we've granted the application because you can't just do it, you've got to apply to Guinness.
Yeah.
Then granted the application. So, and then they say, here's the guidelines. So I was like, right, okay, I need 2 witnesses. I've got to run for the full distance, that's fine. But until you actually do it, it's like, wow, I need the toilet. Can't stop.
Because when I did the Great North Run, there was people just running off in just bushes, whatever. They just didn't care. Women just bump in the middle of the street because everyone's on their mission on that day for their best time.
That's it.
Whatever it is. And
to get the finish line, to get it done. And mine is always that on my mind. I need to do the distance, but are the phones working? The witnesses can't leave as well. So
for 2 hours.
2 hours at a time. I set the time of 2 hours, which is a comfortable pace for me.
That's good, man.
Yeah. So it doesn't need to be any quicker, because it's not about how quick I can do them. It's about how many. Yeah. So I set off that at the start. Right, okay, I'm comfortable with 9-minute miles. It's still challenging, don't get us wrong, but I got in that groove. So yeah, just now I can finally relax. I can smile. I'm pretty much there.
Yeah.
So I had the BBC a day. So It was a bit of a surreal moment to think, well, wow, like people are recognising it, you know, BBC turn up, interviewing us, coming to do my first podcast with you, but I'm really happy about it. I'm really, really happy about it, so I can relax a little until Sunday.
I'm buzzing for you. You look like you're glowing, mate.
I am. It has been a long road because it's not just when you train for a run, you know yourself, obviously I know you didn't train for yours, but primarily you'll train for a run and that'll be over with in 1 day or 2 days. But this, I've trained for nearly 4 months to run another 4 months. So I couldn't wait to start taking the days off. I was, ready for it. But then it's like, you've still got all that to go yet. And it's I just took it 1 day at a time because I took the rest of the year of work to do this.
Yeah.
That was my job now, right? Okay, that's your job. Go and do your job every day, and that's all you need to do. I know it's a bit easier. Sounds easier said than done, but I was in that mindset of I will get at the end of this no matter what.
Mind over matter.
Mind over matter. That's the way it has to be, I guess. I've been obsessed with it. I've been really obsessed. Nothing was going to stop me. The only thing was going to stop me doing this, and it sounds crazy, it was just someone chopped my feet off. That's the way I had it in my head. Like, I'll get through anything to get.
I am doing this because you're so close to the end.
Yeah. And I think when you get close to the end, like maybe it's halfway stage, you're like, I'm over the halfway, but I've still got it all to do again. So it's like you've got to take more care with yourself in terms of recovery, stretching. You've got to keep every day. You've got to get your mind in.
Has it been a full-time job?
Yeah, it's been more than a full-time job, Robert. It really has, because I'm on that computer about 8 hours a day.
Wow.
Submitting all the evidence, breaking the videos down, making sure everything's in order, because it's all got to be in order as well.
Yeah.
If one thing's missing, they can reject it. So it's all on me. It's all on me to make sure it's done properly. And I've done my best. I've done the mileage every day, get the witnesses every day, which again, it's a hard task to get two people every day. Can't be friends, can't be family. So at the start,
you've been doing just pushing it out and asking people on Facebook to...
Yeah, exactly that, Robert. I've been putting on Facebook. I've got some flyers made up, put myself out there on a big scale, going into fish shops, cafes.
Was that challenging?
Yeah, because obviously I ran to raise money for 2 different charities as well.
Who's the charities?
Cash for Kids North East and Mind, mental health.
Yeah, wicked.
So me put myself out there, I was thinking, you've got to do it, Mark. What about these people that actually need help? They need to go and see these charities for help. How hard do you think it is for them? You're just asking for people's time, although it's still a lot. You need to put yourself in that mind frame of you need to do what's necessary to get it done, because it's only you that's going to get there. And like the terms of people that need help from the charities, then we take that first step. Look, I need help here. So that's what I had in my mind, and people came flooding. So I wouldn't be out here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for their support, or we wouldn't.
Shout out to TKOs, because they've obviously all rallied around you. And for me, that boxing club is a lifeline for the local people.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we had a little one at the bottom, but what they've done for the local kids right the way through is incredible.
Yeah.
Because fitness is probably the best thing you can do for anyone in the mental health.
Yeah.
And have you found yourself being in a better place as you've been going along with this?
Definitely, yeah. I decided to have a full year away from alcohol from March. That was for my own reasons, not just for this, but that came hand in hand with this. Right, okay, I've got the application through in April. I'm definitely not drinking now. I was never a big drinker, but it was just getting the stage, even though I was having like 3 or 4 pints, I was like really feeling it the next day, feeling really down. I thought, I need to have a spell away from this. Just take time off of myself. And obviously doing this is just elevated us levels above where I even have been in the past. So
like clearer mind.
Much clearer mind, just focused. And like you say, take your, that's where I trained, that was my gym, and I was just so happy to be able to do it there. When I mentioned to Craig originally,
do you know what's mad? I've never met you before, not that I know of, and I went in to get me t-shirt picked up, and Craig was there, Papey, and he was like, oh, you should get one of the lads on from the gym, and I was like, which one? Because there's so many awesome stories, and I will get a few more on. And he was like, the runner. Oh, his daughter, what's his daughter called? Bo. I should say, you should get the runner, get Mark on. And I was like, literally bump on the phone. Hello, mate. Do you want to come on my thing? And I had no plan that you were going to be on here. Yeah. So the chances of me just walking and getting this printed, and then you coming on.
Brilliant. But yeah, I think in terms of the support, like first and foremost, TKO, that was my gym. So happy to do it there. They put us in the little corner out the way, as you've seen.
I've seen it.
So I can just crack on, you know, I can just moan and get on the corner. So pleased that them agree to it. You know, like you say, the most thought after boxing club in the area. Got some fantastic people in there, coaches, and it's a friendly place, you know.
It's a community, isn't it?
It's a community. It's take your family on the wall, and like I feel like that I'm part of the family. Everyone's congratulating you, and not just me doing stuff. Like the boxers in there trying to make a name for themselves in the hardest sport in the world. Young kids, young girls. I was doing something totally different at that age. So to see them dedicated into that, it's fantastic to see. Not only that, they've got classes on from 6 in the morning. Mark Jones from Next Level Fitness. Great.
Shout out to Mark Jones. I've been there this morning.
Shout out to Jonesy. He's been my right hand man through this. He really has. So the support,
they call him the doctor.
The doctor, aye.
The doctor.
He has been. He's been my right hand man, and just the support from TKO in general, Craig, everyone at the gym. I've had support from Deli Espresso, Gosforth, who've been fueling us with top quality food, which is vital to recovery. MSK Sports Injury Clinic at Wester Hope, giving us a rub down once a week.
Yeah.
Everyone's been chipping in. It's been like, I think people who do these sort of things have a team around them, like the sports persons. I'm not that. I'm just a guy with a job who had a goal and I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to be the person that breaks a world record. And they've clubbed together, and I've got there through the help, as well as every single witness that sat in front of me. I just honestly can't thank them enough. It's
amazing. It shows that when a community gets together, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's it. I think you've got to have that. You've got to have a plan, and you've got to back it up with action. And that's exactly what I've done here. And just obviously ask for help. I know this is a different situation because it's not just me on the treadmill, it's the witnesses, it's the club, it's the other people chipping in. So everyone should be proud of themselves, not just me with this, because they've been a part of it. 4-month journey, they've been a part of it.
Wow. And then you're training prior to that as well.
Training prior to that as well. So I use a coach who's based out in Dubai, Old Broom he's called. Great guy, he's put us a plan together for me previous runs. So when I spoke to him, he says, you know, it is a lot. You haven't run for nearly a year. I had a year off after my 100 mile I'd done. He's like, it's, you know, you need to put in the work. You've got 4 months before you start. So that was it, head down. And
I'm laughing because I had a plan when I was going to do the Great North.
That went out the window.
And I don't drink, mate. And this time it was Dean Morrison's, and I thought I'll have one. And then had a few. And then anyway, I ended up doing my ankle in the night, a week before. And then I ran the Great North Run, and it was the 8th. I would have smashed it. I was like 8th mile. And then it went, and I just remember saying to myself, I'm not giving up.
Aye.
But it was really intense, so I had to pull out and I had a little piss, and I was like, start talking to myself, and I was like, Robert, just forget about it. You know, just think about something else. And I was just, it's not a problem, just self-talk, saying to myself, I can do this, and just, pushing myself on mentally and saying that it's not a problem, there's only one more mile. Is there any point when you've been like, I don't know how I can do this today?
I have had days, I've enjoyed 80% of it. That 20% is them days where I've had a hard run, like, I've had a hard run today. And then you just got to think, you've got to do it again tomorrow. There's another part of my brain saying, you need to switch off, you need to just get back home, get your ice bath, get your recovery food in on the computer, and just try and get in that zone of tomorrow's a new day at a time. From day 30 to day 50 were probably my hardest days. In day 13, I'll tell you about in a second. So I'll start from day 13. So obviously, as I mentioned, the 2 phones recording.
Yeah.
The phone that focused on the treadmill screen, the witnesses, stopped recording, was unknown to me. So until I stopped and went to take out the holder to show the screen, I was like, no way, this hasn't been recording. So my heart sank, and I thought, like, what the hell? Just went home, I messaged my coach, saying, not going to believe this, like, one of the phones has stopped recording. So he rang us, he Zoom called us, and he says, you know what you need to do? I says, I know, it's just the case of,
what do you need to do?
Didn't expect this to happen, so I went and bought another phone, backup phone, had 5 hours rest, and then ran again later on that night.
So you had to do 2?
I had to do 2, yeah.
Wow. So that was like a marathon?
Marathon, yeah.
In one day?
Yeah. After
all the other ones you'd done?
Yeah. So that was, and that was early on. Something early on can easily derail you, because you can think, I'm not doing it. And I just thought, I'm doing this. I would have run 3 times in a day if I need to. No matter what, I was getting that finish line. So that was a hard moment, because it's hard on the body, you know. Like, I didn't finish till 8:30 at night. Back home, computer, rest, back again, the gym, 10 in the morning, just relentless, you know, you're not just doing 1, 10, 20 runs, you're doing 4 months of them, so you just got to keep in that mindset every single day. It has to be there. I didn't get put there, so it was a case of, come on, you want a challenge, here it is.
What a challenge.
Aye, so, and then day 30 to day 50, suffering terrible blisters, really, really bad. Ended up on my big toes. Probably due to me, probably outrunning my trainers, probably done a few too many miles in trainers, but I just couldn't control them. I just didn't know what to do. I think people might think because you're a runner, you know how to control blisters.
Yeah.
I didn't. We've all had a blister, but these were big right in the end of my toes, and I thought, I was wrapping them up, I was taking the plasters off, they were just bursting, and then because I was running blister on top of blister, I ended up like trauma, black and blue. And I thought, what am I going to do here? Really painful, every step was painful. Again, trying to be in that mindset of, you've got another 80 days of this. Can you do this in the 80 days? And I spoke to Jonesy and I says, I'm struggling here, like, I don't know what to do. And he says, why don't you try cutting your trainers, try cutting holes in your trainers? And I was laughing about it. I thought, that's what needs to be done, that's the next step. So I went home, got an old pair out of the garage, took the stand knife to them, cut holes in them.
Yeah.
I was excited to get back in the treadmill because I thought this is going to relieve the pain.
Yeah.
Not really the best long term to run, but it relieved the pain a bit. And on that same day, a lad in the gym said, have you tried surgical spirits? That's really good for blisters. So I went home, popped them all, got the fluid out, soaked my feet in surgical spirits for not for a few hours, like 10-minute spells.
Yeah.
Went back in the next day, had wrapped them up, and then within a few days they were back to normal. And I was just like, yes, like I not that anyone wants an injury to run in, but I'm pleased I had them little moments.
Yeah.
Because I was always trying to find a way around them and not a way out.
A lot of obstacles.
Obstacles, that's it. You know,
What's been your highlight?
I mean, probably going to say today. You know, today is the day that I've ran more half marathons on a treadmill than anybody else in the world.
Go on, lad.
It sounds mad to even say it. Like, it's just a bit emotional, mental.
It sounds like it's been a mental challenge because we all know your body can take what it'll take, but it's the mental side of things, isn't it?
That's what it is. It's just the mental battle. I think, like I said there, once you have a plan in place and you've got to back it up with action, you do what it takes. Obviously, you do need to have training before going into it. Some people might not. I think a lot of people could do these sort of things if they actually were obsessed like I've been. You know, like I say, I'm not a sports person. I've had running experience, of course, but it's what you want, isn't it? This is what I wanted to do, and I've been more dedicated to this than anything else. And it just goes to show, I think age is just a number. I'm 42, but I feel like...
Are you the fittest you've ever been, considering you know, the oldest you've ever been, quite literally?
That's it, yeah, exactly, Robert. Like, fitness in the brain as well, mentally.
Yeah.
I feel like so focused, like, I feel like I could do anything, I really could. I
feel like as men, we have to have something to hunt, quite literally.
Yeah.
Or else we self-sabotage.
Yeah.
And I think that myself. So you've got a goal, you're going towards that, and you're focused on it, and you're happy.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
And some people don't. They'll do the same thing, and then that's when you can have a bit more mental health. So having a goal, somewhere to focus on and aim forwards is awesome. So my next question is to you, what are you going to do now? Because, you know, when there's a real high, and I spoke to my cousin who had won the world championship, and then, boom.
Doing what, by the way?
Boxing.
Oh, right. Brilliant.
Savannah. Shout out to you, Savannah.
Oh, Savannah Marshall, is
Savannah
it?
Marshall.
Oh, right, okay. Oh,
I'm not dropping any names.
I didn't know. Brilliant, yeah.
But like,
real,
everybody who I speak to who've climbed up to the top of where they really want to be, and then when they get to the top, it isn't always what they think.
Yeah.
Because when they look back, it was the journey, but sometimes you don't appreciate the journey where you are because you're always wanting to get to that place like you were today. And you forget about how awesome all of this is in between. But the question was, what are you going to do now?
I really don't know. Obviously, I'm a working man. I do have a full-time job, which I took the rest of the year off to focus on this. So it's back to work for me in January. Of course, finishing before Christmas, I get to have the Christmas off.
Yeah.
Stay consistent. I think, like I mentioned, I had pretty much a year off after I ran 100 miles, and it didn't do as well because I was still training, but not like doing something I'm good at. Like, I now admit myself I'm good at running. So having that consistency, and I'll take that forward. You know, I've learned a lot from this.
You can certainly teach people how to run now. If anyone wants to learn how to run, that could be a thing for you.
How to deal with some blisters. But I think Having another goal, of course. I'm not always going to say it's going to be something like this on this scale,
Yeah.
but it'll always be something challenging. It'll always be. I want to get back into doing ultra marathons, long distance stuff. So I'll just see what happens. Like I say, I'm a working man, so back to work. Unfortunately, pay the bills and get back in that routine. But just to stay consistent and a bit healthy, I think having the diet which Mark put together for us, Mark Jones.
Did he?
He put his diet plan together because it was evident I was losing too much weight in the first 10 days. I was looking all gaunt and people were like, you're looking a bit thin there. That was on my mind thinking, God, I don't want to be looking thin. Am I losing weight? When I dropped down to like just under 63 kilograms. So pretty light to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm now 66.7 with the help from the diet. So getting about 5,000 calories a day in has helped. So what
It's a lot of calories.
It is, and all decent food as well. So what I take from it is I'm going to try and eat a bit more, eat a bit better.
Yeah.
Although I've always been a thin guy, I haven't always ate the best. Been a bit of a fussy eater.
What, you eating 4 times a day, or you just...
So I'll have a decent breakfast before I start running, 3 hours before. And then afterwards I'll have a big recovery shake. A typical lunch would be 2 tins of mackerel, veg, rice, and then some fruit, Greek yogurt, and then a big tea, chicken, veg again.
Yeah.
And then some
Full chicken.
full chicken breasts, just getting the big portions in. Even having like mottos like eat 2 jack potatoes for your lunch. I'm like, do you know how hard it is to eat 2? Forcing the food in, but it's all good recovery fuel, It's fuel for the next day. So it was just keeping in that. That's going to make you better. Like the ice baths. Hated getting in the bath. Hated it.
How long are you staying in for the cold water therapy?
Yeah.
So good for you, by the way. So good.
10 minutes, Robert, I thought it was enough for me. I was just filling the bath with cold water and putting like 3-4 bags of ice in, sitting in for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Even if people just run the bath with cold water and sit in it, that's enough.
Is that sufficient enough, do you think?
I done it today, mate. So I went and done next level with Mark this morning. It's my son's birthday today, right. And then I've got a party later on, so my mind was like...
Brilliant, aye.
So I had to double down on the fundamentals, which was train in the morning, release the endorphins and make myself feel mint.
Yeah.
Cold water, and then I done like a 15-20 minute meditation, just so I'm like in today rather than, And that's why I was going to ask you, do you think that's why you run? Because a lot of people have busy minds, and people who run, you're in that present moment and it's freeing your mind.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why you've been a runner?
Possibly. I think I got into it from a young age. Like I was in the school cross country, and I ran for the county for a very brief time, and then I was away from it for years, and then it was just starting off doing the Great North runs, just as a bit of fun and the challenge. But I think now it definitely does that. Like I feel like I'm achieving something. Like every time I do a run, and I think most people should have that in the mind as well. No matter how big or small the achievement, be proud of yourself, because it does take a lot to train these classes. The class they do at next level and stuff, the strength and condition, they're tough. So everyone's got their own reason, but I think for me, it's that sense of accomplishment. I've achieved that. I feel like I've achieved that run. Not because I've broke a Guinness World Record, but just in general, getting out for
That's
that
amazing,
run.
mate.
Getting out for that run, it's just, I'm holding myself accountable. I'm going to do that a day, and then I've done it.
Great North Run. We must touch on that because it's such an amazing event. I ran it this year, and I could honestly say the people make the Great North Run. Like, from the people banging the drums, handing out the sweets, giving you the high fives as you run along. The energy on that day is just electric, and you can see everybody there is on their own journey.
Yeah.
You've got the ones who are turning up, like, who are just trying to do a personal best.
Yeah.
You've got the ones who are bigger than what they probably should be, and they're just trying to get through it. You've got so many people on their own challenge that day. But honestly, when I look back at it, it was just filled us up on the day, just full of energy. Yeah, honestly, one of my highlights of this year, I would say, the Great North Run.
It does.
The people.
It's fantastic. I think, like you say, it's just putting yourself in that mix. I want to be the person that does that. And no matter how many people think they can't do it, that genuinely could. They just got to just get there and just get on with it. And it is tough, of course, but the feeling of crossing that line, then the feeling sat on that sofa saying, I wish I'd have done it. It's 10 times up here than down here, So I would encourage everyone to do it. It's the biggest half marathon ever. We've broke Guinness World Records with the most participants in this Great North Run. So, you know, it's in your home city, just get involved.
Yeah, I ran it for St. Oswald, so shout out to them. And honestly, when I finished the finish line, this woman come up and, hello, Robert, I'll take you. I was like, who are you? So it's not just about the runners, it's all the amazing people who turn up to do it. So she took us to the tent, right? And there was some bloke doing massages. I was like, oh, put me in next, mate, I'm ruined. And the woman, because I'm pretty happy and loud, you know what I mean? I was like, oi, oi. And she was like, do you want a tea? Do you want a coffee? I said, I'll have one of each. And then I looked and they just had a tray full of cakes. And I was like, can I have some of them? And she was like, I'll make
some of them as well.
But
the sugar rush.
Everybody's like I say, the old people who are baking the cakes, they're just buzzing to be serving you and helping you because everybody's raising money for charity. And
the people that turn up, like you say, it does make the day. And that's it, that people, it's going along that journey of people all along the way and they're pushing you on. You know, they want you to do well, they don't know you, but they're like, come on, come on, keep on going.
It's like everybody knows everyone.
That's what I mean. It's fantastic. And, you know, it's great that it's in our city. I know they've got them all over the place, but to be involved in that in your home city, and, you know, it is such an achievement.
The crowd, honestly, man. I'll just picture it now. I was running along and you get underneath the tunnel, right, and everyone goes,
Oggy, oggy, oggy.
Oggy, oggy, oggy. Oi, oi, oi. Honestly, mate, I can just see it as I'm running along and just kids just high-fiving, you're hoying sweets and... Like I say, I was even saying that to my mum. She went, I couldn't run it. I said, just go for the day.
Aye.
Just get to the finish line. She's done it once or twice. But I was like, I think you'll come away from that day just absolutely buzzing.
Mm-hmm. It's a lifetime achievement. You know, you've got that medal, that T-shirt, that picture, and the memories, you know.
Memories.
It is, like you say, even the oggy stuff. I can get the goosebumps from you saying it because it's such a big thing.
I can see myself going through the tunnel now. There's probably loads watching and listening to this who can remember that because it is a massive, massive achievement and a massive highlight. So, Mark, what's your 3 top tips for our amazing viewers on how to smash life?
Feels weird giving tips, but certainly I think for me, I've been doing this a lot lately with having a lot more time in my hands and just being in this situation. Just really count my blessings every single day. You know,
Gratitude.
I feel I've been privileged to do something like this. I really have. Like for one, just waking up in the morning, not everyone gets to do that. So I've woke up, you know, I've got this roof over my head. The list goes on. So if you can start your day that way, you're onto a winner straight away.
I love that one, you know, because someone said to me the other day, present day, and I thought, it's a present today.
Yeah.
And I'd never really thought of it like that before until he broke it down. I was like, it is a gift to be here now.
Definitely. I haven't always been that way. I can sometimes see the glass as half empty rather than half full. It's not a good way to be, but I'm just being honest. But,
yeah, good.
But just being in that moment thinking, look what you've got here rather than what you haven't. And look what you're going to do every single day. You know, you can just elevate yourself straight away. Gratitude, it does go a long way, so I'm going to continue to do that every single day. So
that's awesome.
Tip number 1. Tip number 2, I would say if there's anything you do want to go after, you know, do it. I've just been a guy who had a goal, and I'm sitting here now pretty much achieving it. So you don't have to be the superstar as a person. I'm not a sports person. I've just been obsessed with a goal. And I've put a plan in place and I've backed up with action. So if there's anything you want to do,
just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
Just do it, Mark said.
Get it down on paper, write it down how you're going to do it, and take the steps. It might take you a while to get there, but you can never fail if you keep on trying.
I think writing it down and having like a little vision board or seeing it is certainly powerful.
Yeah, I was doing that throughout my run, like certain days, writing down my feelings. Day 20, how are you feeling? You know, just to look back on. Mm-hmm. And we'll look back on it today and just think, wow, I was feeling that on that day. But look, now it's all irrelevant because here I am. And then number 3, probably never settle for less than you're worth and that you deserve, really. I think trust your gut is a big saying. You know, never ignore red flags, but I think trusting your gut with something, there's no truer word, I think. So, yeah, just it could be a relationship or a job. You know, if you're getting treated like rubbish off your boss, you're not getting spoken to the correct way, just think, you know, I deserve better than this. Or relationship, don't stay in something too long, because what do people do when they get out with something? What do they say? I wish I'd have done it sooner.
Know your worth.
Know your worth, yeah, exactly that. So Yeah, them are my 3 top tips. I hope they're helpful.
No, they are, mate. They're very good. I like the one of gratitude. It's very true.
It
You've
is
got to
true.
be grateful. The more you're grateful for, generally the more you'll receive.
Yeah, that's it.
And positive mindset.
That's it. I think it does go a long way. No matter what situation you're in, there's always someone not trying to put someone else in a bad situation, but just thinking, I could be in a lot worse situation here. You know, look what I've got, and take it from there.
Buzzing, mate.
For you, I think obviously just being interested in the show and you as a person, like obviously I didn't know much about you, but obviously I know you touched on before, you haven't drank for so long. So how did you come to that place where you needed to stop drinking, and was it hard for you to keep on going, like, or was that that's me now, I'm never drinking again, or was it a trial?
It was lockdown come, and I just had a combination of many different things come at us, and I just was bored. I was bored, and I realised that drinking, like yourself, just wasn't serving us anymore, and I had to make decisions and changes. And like any challenges, I just literally thought, I'm going to do 3 days. 3 days was a big challenge. A whole weekend without drink. And I did it, and I thought, I feel good. And then I did get on the drink again. And then I thought I'm going to go for 7. And then just built it up. It went for 90 days, and then I started feeling amazing when I come to the 90 days. And I was like, I wonder how long I can go for. And I was inspiring, like you are, inspiring, motivating people. People were coming up to us and saying, thank you, Robert, because I've stopped drinking. And
brilliant, that. It is brilliant.
It was filling us up. So them times I just kept on saying, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I got myself up to 661 days drink-free, which was
amazing.
Like quite literally life-changing. And then I was happy to have a drink that day, because I'm not against drink, because I think having the odd drink and being social can be beneficial for people as social. Definitely. And if you look back to social clubs, they were a beating heart of the community.
Yes, aye.
But when people drink too much and all the time, it really does knack your body.
Yeah.
And mainly your mindset, because like I say, I don't drink often, but when I do, I feel like I've been hit with a bus the next day.
Yeah, it is a recovery, isn't it? It's the 2-3 days afterwards. And I was never a big drinker, but I planned a year off. It's pretty much coming up 9 months. I'm going to have a drink on Sunday to celebrate my last run with my family and friends. Not going to beat myself about it. You're
going to go for the run the next day? Clear your mind?
Probably not. Not on the Monday, that'll be it done. But I will, I'm not going to have the attitude of, you didn't do a year. I don't really care. I set out to do a year, but I've also achieved this amazing thing. I'm going to celebrate my family and friends. But be moderate, I'm not going to go stupid. And like you say, use it as a social tool. If I feel like I'm having too much, or if I'm getting that bad mindset, right, okay, let's have a bit of time off it again. I want to be in control of my decisions and actions. I
generally just go out. If I do go out, I just go out and drink non-alcohols or mocktails, because I've just as much, probably more fun not drinking.
Without it,
because if I start drinking, I'll have one, then I'll, so.
It's good that you can be in that position, though, that you can actually enjoy it now without it,
It's like anything. When you take that length of time out, that's what I say to people when they come and join the Smash Life program. Let's just do this for 6 weeks, these trainings, see how amazing you feel, and then have your choice to go back to the way you were. You've been doing whatever you've been doing for all that time. That's fantastic. But work with me for 6 weeks, see where you are, do 6 weeks drink-free, do 6 weeks whatever, and you'll then have a look and say, do I want to go back to that old lifestyle? For me, Kenton is an amazing place to live. Sometimes back in the day it had a reputation of being rough, but I've always found that the community spirit's always been there. From when I'm younger, they always rally around each other, and they seem to go the extra mile. This is what I found. Yeah, I love Kenton.
He's a proud Kenton lad, which is great, to be proud of the city you're in and your neighbourhood. It's fantastic. Why shouldn't you be?
It's the people in the community. Shout out to Kenton, you're pure belters.
Yes.
We've had a question from Mark Jones. Oi, mate. Shout out to you in Next Level Fitness.
Yes.
How hard was it to go back into running after your 100-mile race?
Yeah, I think that is a vital thing for this because, like I said, I've never been consistent all the years. 100 miles was the last thing I've done in September 2022. Following that, I just fell out of love with training, fell out of love with running. I felt like I'd hit that. I wanted to hit 100 miles and I'd done it. So pretty much had a year off. I think I've done 2 5-mile runs in 2023 and then starting back this year. So when I spoke to my coach about doing this, he says, you know, it is a lot. You need to get some miles in the bank. You're going to have 4 months to train, but ultimately you need to put in the work. And I knew that that's what was going to make it harder because I did have a lot of work to do. You know, a lot of back-to-back runs, a lot of treadmill running when I was away, and of course back on the road. So it was just head down and focus. So it does make it that bit more of a challenge to me because I haven't just been this runner throughout all these years and I've decided to do this. I had like pretty much a year off and then thought, this is what I'm going for. So
that's amazing that though, because it shows anybody, it doesn't matter where you are now, you can always go to where you want to be. And you can even go back to where you have been previously.
Yeah.
If that's what is a good version of you.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a belter. Thank you, Mark. So where can our viewers find out more about you and your challenges?
Yeah, so my Instagram is where I'm pretty much mostly active, which is at mtel27. Obviously, stuff about the run is on there. Loads of info about my run and also the Just Giving page. So if anyone would like to donate, it's still time towards the 2 charities I'm running there of, Cash for Kids North East and Mind. Yeah, they can show support there, but yeah, mtel27. I am on Facebook as well. Don't really use Facebook much, but just Mark Telford on Facebook as well.
Mark Telford. Well, I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
Thanks very much, Amazon. I appreciate it, Robert.
I hope you've enjoyed the episode. And if you're all ready to smash 2025, I've got a program called Smash Life Challenge. I'd love you to come and work with me. Smash Life Challenge is a 6-week program to help you become the best version of yourself. Taken from all the people I've worked with and sort of condensed it into a 6-week program, giving you the best I can. And this is my first one, and I would love you to come along because it's going to be mint. I'd love it if you could like it, share it, because the more we can impact, the better all around. Life's about showing up, embracing them challenges, and having a go. Let's go.